Brought to you by Penguin.
Lustrum by Robert Harris. Read by Bill Wallis. Part 1. Consul, 63 BC. O conditione miram non modo administrandae verum etiam conservandae republicae. The preservation of the Republic, no less than governing it. What a thankless task it is. Cicero, from a speech on the 9th of November, 63 BC. Chapter 1. 2 days before the inauguration of Marcus Tullius Cicero as consul of Rome, the body of a child was pulled from the river Tiber close to the boat sheds of the Republican war fleet. Such a discovery, though tragic, would not normally have warranted the attention of a consul-elect. But there was something so grotesque about this particular corpse, and so threatening to civic peace, that the magistrate responsible for keeping order in the city, Caius Octavius, sent word to Cicero asking him to come at once. Cicero at first was reluctant to go, pleading pressure of work. As the consular candidate who had topped the poll, it fell to him, rather than his colleague, to preside over the opening session of the Senate, and he was writing his inaugural address. But I knew there was more to it than that. He had an unusual squeamishness about death. Even the killing of animals in the games disturbed him, and this weakness for, alas, in politics a soft heart is always perceived as a weakness, had started to be noticed. His immediate instinct was to send me in his place. "Of course, I shall go," I replied carefully, "but—" I let my sentence trail away. "But," he said sharply. "But what? You think it will look bad?" I held my tongue and continued transcribing his speech. The silence lengthened. "Oh, very well," he groaned at last. He heaved himself to his feet. "Octavius is a dull dog, but steady enough. He wouldn't summon me unless it was important. In any case, I need to clear my head." It was late December, and from a dark grey sky blew a wind that was quick enough and sharp enough to steal your breath. Outside in the street, a dozen petitioners were huddled, hoping for a word, and as soon as they saw the consul-elect stepping through his front door, they ran across the road towards him. "Not now," I said, pushing them back. "Not today." Cicero threw the edge of his cloak over his shoulder, tucked his chin down onto his chest, and set off briskly down the hill. We must have walked about a mile, I suppose, crossing the Forum at an angle and leaving the city by the river gate. The waters of the Tiber were fast and high, flexed by yellowish-brown whirlpools and writhing currents. Up ahead, opposite Tiber Island, amid the wharfs and cranes of the Navalia, we could see a large crowd milling around. You will get a sense of how long ago all this happened, by the way, more than half a century, when I tell you that the island was not yet linked by its bridges to either bank. As we drew closer, many of the onlookers recognized Cicero, and there was a stir of curiosity as they parted to let us through. A cordon of legionaries from the marine barracks was protecting the scene. Octavius was waiting. "My apologies for disturbing you," said Octavius, shaking my master's hand. "I know how busy you must be, so close to your inauguration." "My dear Octavius, it is a pleasure to see you at any time. You know my secretary, Tiro?" Octavius glanced at me without interest. Although he is remembered today only as the father of Augustus, he was at this time aedile of the plebs and very much the coming man. He would probably have made consul himself had he not died prematurely of a fever some 4 years after this encounter. He led us out of the wind and into one of the great military boathouses where the skeleton of a Liburnian, stripped for repair, sat on huge wooden rollers. Next to it on the earth floor, an object lay shrouded in sailcloth.
Sample complete.
Ready to continue?